Hey, good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this afternoon. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. I wanted to talk about a man was taken out in a drive-by at Methodist North Hospital in Memphis and 8 Ball and MJG being honored. Okay. I know in the wake of, us consistently vlogging on the Young Dolph's case, because we finally got, or is, starting to see some justice after almost 3 years, right, to the date. There have been some other things that have been going on. Now, I thought that it was just messed up. It's a darn shame anytime we start going to hospitals and hitting up people. But on a light note, 8 Ball and MJG has definitely done a lot as it relates their music. You know what I mean? I think that I always felt like they were underrated, but they were honored. A street was named after them. And I saw Paul out there, Mayor Paul Young. I saw some other politicians out there, right? So hey, I thought that was awesome. I've always been a very big fan of 8 Ball and MJG. Like I said, I felt like they were underrated. They really didn't get the, you know, um, I really don't think they got the props that they should have gotten, right? Because their sound is definitely acquired. That Memphis sound, their music is timeless, and hey, I'm happy to see that they were honored. But let's talk about what happened at Methodist. Okay, let's talk about what happened at Methodist North. And this happened, it says, a day ago. It says a man is unalived following a shooting at a hospital parking lot, says the Memphis Police Department. ABC 24 initially heard about police presence outside of Methodist North Hospital on Friday night. Crews on the scene confirmed police cars and crime scene tape was set up outside of the hospital. Officers responded to a shooting call around 8:40 p.m. at 3960 New Covington Pike. At the scene, MPD found a man who had been hit and declared him unalive. Okay, let's see. It'll play after this video. Y'all, we're gonna talk about this because this don't make no sense.
Hospital. Officers say they were notified by the Raven gunshot detection system that shots were fired in the area of Alter and 17th Streets. Police say they found numerous shell casings and a parked car nearby had bullet holes. Investigators say a gunshot victim was also taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Okay, you guys. I think it's a darn shame, that we're going to parking lots, that it has gotten that bad that we're going to parking lots and unaliving people, right? And I don't know, the reasons for this situation, but I just think it's a darn shame that it has come to this in the city of Memphis, right? It didn't say anything about the man. Let's see, the presence. ABC initially heard about police presence outside of Methodist North on Friday. Crews on the scene confirmed police cars on the scene at 8:42. Officers responded to a shooting at 3960 New Covington Pike. Officers located a male victim in the parking lot who had been hit. He was pronounced deceased. And the sad thing about it is, especially when stuff like that, who knew he was in the parking lot? They didn't say anything about it being a robbery. We don't know. But did somebody that he know do this to him? Who else would have known? Like, was he a worker there? Like, we don't know. But I think that it's a darn shame. Oftentimes when it's places like this, it's more than likely it could be someone that this person knows. But something has to be done as a deterrence for crime, right? People are getting to the point where they are definitely desensitized, don't care no more. And it hurts me to see my city in a state of emergency. as it is as far as the crime. I do understand that poverty ignites crime, right? Poverty definitely ignites crime. So y'all, hey, it's sad. It's like I was looking at the news because I had not been really paying attention because y'all know we have been covering the Young Dolls case and we'll continue to, right? But I was looking at like all of the stuff that is happening. Woman sticks ex-boyfriend in his sleep. Okay. I gotta. I got to. Okay. I have to hold on for a second. Read this because this right here don't make no sense. It says woman sticks ex-boyfriend in his sleep. Now look at her. Says a woman was arrested on Sunday, that's today, after MPD say she stuck her ex-boyfriend in his sleep. At 4:55 a.m., officers responded to an aggravated assault call in the 600 block of McKellar Avenue. Upon arrival, officers located a male victim who was suffering from a stab wound to the right arm. The victim says that he had just broken up with his girlfriend, Les Lestionia King. The victim said that he was asleep in bed when King came into the room and allegedly stuck him in his right arm. The victim was taken to Regional One Hospital in non-critical condition. Lord have mercy. Y'all, and mental illness is running rampant too. Like it's like people got a lot of, it's a lot of poverty, but I always see where people are hiring, right? I always see where folks are hiring, okay? It's like people just have a lot of time on their hands, right? And then there's a lot of mental illness. It is, and mental illness is real, okay? It definitely is, and it's got people doing all types of crazy stuff. But we just gonna keep the city of Memphis lifted up, okay? We're gonna keep the city because see, it's not just happening in Memphis. It's really happening everywhere, right? It's happening everywhere. So we got to keep the city lifted. Um, yeah, we got to keep the city of Memphis lifted. And I'm looking at another one. It's been a lot going on. A man taken out while fatally taken out while trying to stop a woman from being abused. It says a male has been arrested in connection to a fatal popping. I have to say popping that occurred on Walnut Grove earlier this month. Tony Walker, 36, was charged with second-degree unaliving and convicted felon in possession of a handgun on Friday. On September 22nd at approximately 12:50 a.m., police responded to a shooting call at Walnut Grove and Holmes. There were two victims in the shooting, a man and a woman. The woman was not injured, but the man was hit in the chest and died on the scene as a result of his injuries. On the scene, the female victim told officers that she and the male victim were attempting to locate her friend. The friend had been out with her boyfriend, Tony Walker, earlier in the night. The male victim says that she received a text from Walker's brother, that said Tony had choked her out because he tried to stop him from beating the victim's friend. The victim sent the text to her friend to find out what was going on. In the text, the friend responded that she could not get away from Tony and shared her location. The male and the female victim found the friend walking north on Home Street between Poplar Avenue. When they pulled up, Tony Walker was standing over the friend and yelling at her. Walker began to yell at the victims, yelling to them, "Stay out of his business." The victim attempted to get the friend into the car when Walker and the male victim exchanged words. Walker then allegedly pulled a weapon and started shooting in the direction of both victims. The male victim was struck in the chest and Walker fled the scene in a blue Chevy Avalanche. A Memphis Fire Department unit arrived on the scene but was unable to resuscitate the male victim. The female victim and the friend were taken into the homicide bureau and gave witness statements. Both of the women picked Walker out of the photo lineup. Okay, Now he done went and killed a man, okay? Because the man tried to stop him from beating up his girlfriend, right? He gets that mad that he takes a man's life. Okay. Now his life, now he's got second degree murder. Sometimes that kind of scares me because oftentimes what they try to do, what lawyers try to do is negotiate to get it taken all the way down to manslaughter. And for some reason it has been happening. Okay. But he's messed his life up for a while. He definitely messed up another man's life and his family's life, right? Because he wants to be high-headed, right? So this is the type of stuff, people are this man in his late 30s and he's out here doing crazy stuff that just don't make no sense. And so people are not thinking, right? They are not thinking, okay? When it comes to things of this nature, okay? They're not thinking, right? I also wanted to talk about, okay, 8 Ball and MJG, okay? 8 Ball and MJG are definitely pioneers in the music industry. Definitely, people all over the world know them, and to see them being recognized really makes me feel good, right? That's one of the good things, even in the wake of all of the tragedy that we've been seeing and all of that as it relates to the stuff that the trial and finding out more and more about what went on as it relates to Young Dolph and all of that. It really, okay, it really has put a dark cloud over the city of Memphis. But to start seeing some of these rappers who really paved the way for a lot of other rappers, there are a lot of rappers that stand on the shoulders of 8 Ball and MJG and other rappers that came before them, right? Um, and hey, to start seeing these rappers who in the very beginning helped to put Memphis on, start seeing them be recognized, it makes me feel good because I still loves 8 Ball and 8 Ball and MJG, I call them Ball and G. They put Orange Mound. Listen, they put Orange Mound on so good. Folks was thinking Orange Mound was a city in Tennessee or a city right outside of Memphis. No, it's a neighborhood, right? It's a neighborhood. And I have to say, 8 Ball and MJG definitely made Orange Mound famous. Shout out to Blackwood News. That was out there. That is around the Park and Lamar area. Okay. Their music is timeless. And shout out to Blackwood News. He was out there on the scene. Okay. It was a lot of people that showed up to see them have a street named after them. Right. So that makes me very proud of them. It's a lot of times when people feel like, I know say all of it because it's real long. In this music, in this rap game, a lot of people don't get paid their dues, but to see them at least their city showing them love, saying I see you, hey, that makes me extremely proud to see that. Um, hey, yeah, that's a
Y'all see some of the wings going down? I watch it.
8 Ball right there.
Let's go. I don't black with news.
Okay, that's the city councilman
Hey,
right there,
hey,
and I know that I saw Paul Young
wow,
out there. So
let's go, man.
Y'all, it's unveiled. And that's over there in the Orange Mound area. I think that insurance company is directly across the street, I think, from their wings place.
Well, yes. Yeah, I know we finna look at that. They do.
And you know what? It makes me happy to see that a lot of people around the Orange Mound area, they still have a really big fan base in and outside of Memphis. And to see a lot of people from around the Orange Mound area come out and show them love. Hey, listen, that speaks volumes. Okay. I be hearing a lot of other people from on the outside of Memphis, talking about how they respect 8Ball and MJG's music, right? How they respect their music, okay? And I'm just happy. And like I said, it's a lot of people standing on the shoulders of 8Ball and MJG, okay? 3 6 Mafia, Yo Gotti, Young Dolls, all that. And then 8Ball and MJG stand on the shoulders of rappers that came before them. You know what I mean? And so I know that a lot of Memphis rappers, especially because Memphis has its own unique sound, they just did not, a lot of them did not get their props. And so when you start seeing rappers from that come from the inside of Memphis start to go national, that makes you feel proud. You know what I mean? Especially being that there was a sound created years ago that a lot of these rappers kind of stand on the shoulders of, and to start seeing them go national and get their props and things of that nature. Hey, that makes me feel, real good, right? Anyways, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that. Like I said, I had not had the opportunity other than, the Dobbs trial to, when I had the opportunity to sit down and look at what had been going on. I was like, my goodness, these folks is acting a stone fool out here. Hey, listen, there has to be a deterrence as it relates to this crime, but just looking at what people are doing is definitely because they are intoxicated, they are, you know, um, high. You know what I mean? They're on some type of narcotic. They on all kinds of drugs, crack, stuff like that. So I mean, it has ate up. It's fried their brain. A lot of people walking around with a scrambled egg for a brain. Okay, so mental illness is very much prevalent now, and I think it's got a lot to do with the chemicals and things of that nature. A lot of the chemicals, okay, and it ain't just in illegal drugs either, okay, but y'all know we have to talk about that on another platform, okay, but it's definitely um this stuff has been engineered. But I do know in Memphis, poverty ignites crime. Anywhere poverty ignites crime. But there's so much talent in Memphis. It is, and I'm happy to start seeing some of the rappers that came before get recognized, because we hear about a lot of the rappers that came before, how they were in bad contracts, how people really just messed them over and all of that. So it's messed up. So to see them, especially with people still bumping their sounds and stuff. And I was looking at a concert they had. They was playing Dawson music. Hey, I love it. I love it. They recognized that Young Dolph was one of us. He was one of us. Came up out of Memphis, the Memphis sound, and to not be afraid to recognize him is a beautiful thing. So I'm happy to see them getting recognized, right? And that was on yesterday. So shout out to the city council, shout out to the mayor for making that happen. And hopefully we can start recognizing more of those artists, right? We can start recognizing more of those artists. Anyways, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that. Okay. I just wanted to talk about that. I got to get out of here, y'all. I got to get out of here. I got to get out and work. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you can definitely support the channel via cash.